from Seattle, Washington for tonight's CSBA feature matchup between the Florida State Seminoles and the Kansas Jayhawks, and it's a family affair in the booth. My main man, my son. What up, Dick Dicky?
Yo, what is up, CSBA? It's your boy Double D in the building. Thank you for having me, Mom. This should be a great game. What better way than the Elite Eight to make my guest appearance? I couldn't let March Madness go by without stopping through for the one time.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, too. Obviously, it's been a bit since you've been in the booth, but I'm sure we'll get right back into old hat because, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know how I gets down. I'm a statistician. We look at these two teams coming in. Florida State's been the underdog. They had a huge victory in the last round against Gonzaga. So that was a very good statement win for them. So they look to compound on that type of that energy that they had in that game. And try to pull off a feat that is, some people may say is a little too big for Coach Firebird, but I think he's up for the task. I'm a little biased a little bit, but I'm also a fan of Kansas. I mean, Coach Ace Lord over there has been having this is night and day from Kansas we've seen last season. And they've been very, very competitive, led by none other than the sophomore Ace Lord for that squad.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that matchup in the low post, whether it be Wiesler, the senior, matched up against him, or whether or not they try to exploit a different matchup with these two.
Yeah, obviously, as Shackton the Fool gets blocked by Draskort Wiesler there, shot clock violation. I will say to your point, Kansas, riding a hot streak, 6 wins in a row. Obviously, Florida State coming up with probably their biggest win in French and school history is Gunderson in the lane gets that one to go. But a big win over the number 1 seed Gonzaga Bulldogs, who many predicted to win the entire thing. So Florida State, the 4 seed, the highest seed left in the tournament here in the Elite 8, and they got
the lowest
or lowest, yeah, depending on how you want to phrase it, but yeah. But
no worries. Yeah, I agree. I mean, both these teams, you look at their last 2 wins, even for Kansas, they were, I think, kind of a sort of underdog against that. Shout out to Penny Dimes getting getting Player of the Year over there at South Carolina, but they just straight took advantage of them. That was a huge shot from Ace Lord as he. It looks like he is, it's him and Draskor Wiesler. That's the matchup tonight that I'm looking for. That's going to be, get your popcorn ready. That's going to be a good match.
There's no drama in the stream chat. Come on. different form of popcorn. Different form of popcorn. Foul and counted in 1 for Juju Stovins. But no, yeah, I agree that Wiesler and whose averages is 14.7 a game, and Ace Lord just shy under 18 a game. That is definitely the matchup to watch here. But there's a lot of other factors for these teams as well, and both these teams have deep benches, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna, and that's what March Madness comes down to. Who has more depth? Because we are, a lot of teams, have their main scorers. There's a nice bucket from Chile, who was their leading scorer against that Zaga team that they beat in the last round. You just got to get those hustle plays like that one there. That you got to make the minimum amount of mistakes and get the most opportunities out of every possession.
Yeah, intangibles are a key part of the game, and you can eliminate and minimize your mistakes. I think at the end of the day, you might be looking at a win and an advance to the Final Four if you minimize them. Chile drives up off the glass and in.
Yeah, Chile has looked really, really comfortable in March Madness. He had 18 in the last round, leading all scorers. With that one is they took it to a top team like Gonzaga where, like you said, a lot of people had them winning it all. And for them to do that was just, monumental, especially for a coach who has, been told in the past that he's underperformed. So he's kind of proven these doubters wrong here this season within this March Madness.
F them if they can't take a joke, right?
Right. But yeah, Chile has been. If Florida State were to go on, and win this one, Chile is definitely, I would think, would be uh, possibly the player of the tournament for Florida State.
I mean, I don't disagree. I definitely don't disagree. He's played well, and every team needs that player to step up in March Madness time. So as Visa lays that one up and in. Right now, Ace Lord, though, the only guy really getting going here for Kansas, he's got both buckets. Kansas only got 2 shots to go in here so far. So
yeah, their first round matchup against Ohio State, between him and Dick, they were their 2 leading scorers. He was more so efficient, going 7 for 10 in the field against Ohio State. Squeaked by a 9-point victory.
Clyde McNasty with a 3 contested there, Dickie.
Yeah, that was a tough bucket there. Just, those are the ones you got to get if you are Kansas. Like these buckets aren't going to come easy, so you got to get them when you can.
And Kansas has got to try to continue to push the pace here, especially when Florida State misses. You get those easy 2s. A fool inside kicks it out, wide open. Seth Starr, bang!
And now they're starting to cook with grease.
Just like that. Wisely, Florida State going to call a timeout as Kansas has picked up a little bit of momentum here. I got mixed feelings on this game. I don't really know who I want to win. Don't have a horse in the race, but both obviously very well respected members of these teams as well as the coaching staff. So pulling for both of them. I don't know. You can't really root for a tie, though, Dickie.
No, you cannot. There's no such thing as ties. But I definitely think that this is definitely going to be a back and forth game. Like you said, who minimizes their mistakes in this one is going to be the factor. I know we say that such a cliche, but that is definitely what it's looking like it's starting to be.
15-12 turnover there. Avery going to bring the ball up for the Seminoles. Ching now over to Ford. Ford down low trying to work his way in against Micro Richards. A little flick of the wrist is good.
Yeah, there's a nice, tough bucket there. You see both these teams shooting it pretty well to start. Kansas at 50%, Florida State at 67%. We'll see those numbers taper off, but they're starting off pretty fast here.
Ford, no look pass inside. Roosevelt fouled by Lamar. (18-12). Second free throw is good, so a 7-point lead.
Florida State has been in control much of this first quarter. Really, picking up where they left off in the last game.
And Kansas needs to kind of pick it up here a little bit. Trailing by 7. Charles with the steal. Lays it up off the glass and in.
With a nice little fillet right there.
Zer. Roosevelt for three. Bang! Lights the lamp.
Man, like I said, Florida State continuing to show off their scoring here.
Timeout on the court, 8-point lead. FSU so far kind of has. I feel like they have like the momentum right now, Dickie. I mean, they've played well, been pretty consistent.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they have been playing very consistent to start the game, and that's kind of key, in this one. Got to be consistent throughout. It's not it's not one game that not one quarter where you win. You got to win throughout the game.
For sure. Shot no good. See if Kansas can take advantage here. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Now they're going to go down to Walker. Walker size mismatch. Fadeaway jumper no good. I would have liked to see him go right at the defender, but
State is continuing. Looks like Kansas doesn't have an answer for them defensively.
Cookie from the outside gets it to go. That's a 3-ball and a big one with 1.8 seconds left to go, and that is good. If it goes, it does. They're going to review it. Did he get it off in time?
Whoa.
It's Gunderson. 3-quarter shot. Clip that, please, somebody. Now we got. Did he get it off in time? I was gonna say. I don't know if he got it off in time, and I didn't even press a button. They didn't even give us the replay, and it counted. They didn't even. I didn't press a button. Nothing. That was crazy. It counts though. I don't know. The fix is in. It's rigged.
Yep. It's already in. Vegas is calling.
That's crazy. All right. 10-point lead at the end of one. Watch Csba on Twitch. We're back. All right. Welcome back. So they're going to count the 3. Puts Florida State up by 10, that's a heartbreaker for Kansas, especially as they drill the 3 with 1.8 seconds left to go in the quarter. So, God giveth, God take it away, Dickie.
Yeah, that was tough. Kansas thought they were ending the quarter on a strong note, single-digit deficit. Now back to double digits, and Florida State starting off here early, starting off with the first possession of the second quarter.
Walker not able to get that. Should be Walker with the rebound, rather. Florida State not able to get that. Bad pass there. Chile with the steal. Fouled. Ooh. Could have been an N1 in this.
Everything but the finish.
Yes, sir. It's lucky he didn't get an easy N1 there, though.
Yeah, he was so close. Like I said, Chile, had 18 points in both his first 2 March Madness games. Just taking the bull by the horns and leading his team, to the promised land. With both those wins. And I think they go as he goes. That's another thing to look at. I'm watching here, seeing early is that battle on the glass. Aside from
Dobbins and Walker.
Yeah, I'm just saying aside just rebounding period. Florida State has some big boys down there, but Kansas does too. Shaq in the food in the first round, he had 14 rebounds. But that's going to be a deciding factor too. Those second chance opportunities, when you try to get them, closed out.
Micro Richards foot on the line, hits a deep 2. Yeah, I mean, obviously right now we haven't seen the offensive boards play a factor just yet, but that does not mean that's not going to come into play at some point during this game.
Yeah, most definitely.
6:45 to go here. 8-point lead. Seminoles have kind of held the lead here since they've gotten it, as Dobbins going to back his way inside. Goes off the glass and good. (29-19). Drive foul. As Hugh Benedict gets fouled, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 78% from the free throw line. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Hugh Benedict is that other guy for Kansas aside from Ace Lord. This is a very young team for Kansas. They have a team almost full of sophomores, a couple, 3 freshmen and a junior, but the rest are sophomores, and Benedict is somebody, Hugh Benedict is somebody that is that second option that we've seen in the last, 2 games, or as we've seen in March Madness, with him scoring 16 points respectively in the last game and 15 the game before. So he is that kind of that second option for them in this starting lineup.
Absolutely. Chile not able to hit that one. Shot by Benedict, no good. Here comes Stephen Chile again, attacking the rim. Gets blocked by Ace Lord. And then a drive by Benedict and can't finish at the rim. That has been the bugaboo for him in the last couple minutes. He's had a few attempts where he's attacked the rim and just can't finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to finish. You can do all the fancy stuff in between, but you got to finish it.
Big 3 ball there. Bang. And it's a 12-point lead. And I feel like Florida State is just kind of in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, they can't do no wrong right now. You just got to be consistent. I think that's the biggest thing, is keeping up with consistency.
3 ball, no good. Shout out to all of our veterans. It's Veterans Day. Obviously, thank you for everybody in their service. We appreciate you here in the CSBA. Obviously, we have a lot of former and current military in the CSBA. We appreciate you and just want to say thank you for your service.
Yes, thanks all the vets out there. I got a few vets in my family. I did not call them today. Wow. I'll do better, maybe.
Shacked a fool, no good. Yeah, I mean, listen, they kind of got away from me a little bit myself, so I get it. But we want to make sure we recognize and thank everybody for their service, so appreciate you. Visa!
Oof.
$9:20. Should be 4:20 to go here. Three ball, no good. Palmer up with a rebound. Quick outlet pass. It's to Avery. Avery to Draskor. Visa, who takes it to the house.
Yeah, right place, right time for Visa running the floor. You always want to reward your big man when they run the floor well.
Yes, sir. I like to feed the big men in transition. You gotta love it when they run the floor. So, 16-point lead, Florida State. Kind of run away with this one right now. Not a feel-good moment right now for the Jayhawks. They're gonna need to dig in, get themselves back in this ball game. Backdoor alley-oop to Ace Lord. That's the guy they got to feed, Dickie.
Yes. Yeah, they got to get him. He's gonna have to go G-ball. For all my OG hoopers, they know what that means. Um, he's got to sometimes. I know, it's a team game, but guess what? There's a me in team, so Ace Lord need to be about me.
Yep. Step back two is good. RJ Avery. I mean, look at the shooting percentage right now. As Florida State is everything going in. Obviously, a lot of high percentage looks in the early going, but Kansas rather right now is everything that they're putting up has been relatively contested. And Ace Lord getting beat up by Visa. You said that's a matchup to watch as he takes it coast to coast.
Butter and toast.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Filling the line out of your book.
Yes, sir. I knew it the second you said it that you were going to say it. It's like we've done a couple broadcasts together over time.
It's like we've done this before. Isla just out here just balling.
He is absolutely balling. And Palmer, that could have been considered on the rim, but they don't call it, and it's a 20-point lead. And the Jayhawks, Yowzers not looking good right here with 2:17 to go in the second quarter. Still got, luckily, I mean, we saw the other night a game that was a 20-point game and ended up being a 2-point game at the end of the game. So certainly a lot of time left here is Shaq to the fool, and maybe that's what they need more of, that power game underneath.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They got the Twin Towers down there, I mean, with subs coming in, but that's a tough duo to score on inside. And I think that's going to be, they may have to move to a more perimeter game, and it may not be their style. With Jackor Vizsla down low as well as Dobbins, those are two tough guys to score.
Listen, the nature of basketball in general has changed. I mean, I was watching an NBA game the other night, and they talked about how a team that's down 20 could easily come back because of the 3-point game, 3-pointers. And
yeah,
and this day and age, like no lead is safe, not even a 20-point lead. So
you got that right.
Forward spin move is good, but obviously it's got to start on the defensive side for Kansas. Ooh, good block by RJ Avery. 1:12 to go here in this first half that I think Kansas would like to have back at some point.
Yeah, they were only down 10 coming into this quarter. Now, down 19. They look to try to.
The shooting percentage is certainly favoring. And they just cannot miss right now.
Yes, everything's just going their way here in this first half. With that smallest guy on the court with the biggest heart.
Absolutely. Looks like FSU going to hold for one here. Now Vizsla.
Smart.
Double team. Yeah, we're going to say
doubling early. I'm going to say doubling him early here, but it was a good choice as they got the missed shot.
Good if it goes, and Star not able to get hit. This prayer to go was 46-29 at the half. It has been all Florida State here in this first half. Talk to me, Dickie, about this first half, and can Kansas make any adjustments here at the half to try to get them back in this game?
Yeah. Sorry. Do apologize. But yeah, that first half was pretty much all Florida State, and it started with their defense. And being able to get out in transition. They have been looking like a top team here in this Elite Eight matchup. Kansas has struggled with scoring a little bit on the interior and outside as well. I just feel like their guys, some of the guys don't have that in their wheelhouse. But Florida State focused on, that matchup with Wiesler guarding Ace Lord, as they know that he's the star player, and so they've been doing a really good job defending him and limiting him and making the other players on Kansas beat them. And unfortunately,
that hasn't been happening. Unfortunately, yeah.
right. Exactly, and it just hasn't worked in their favor if you're Kansas. But they've got to keep trusting those guys. You got to keep going to those guys. That's the one thing you got to have is confidence. It's in the nature of a competitor to have confidence. So that's the thing what Coach Aslo needed to talk to with his squad at that half about having some confidence going into the second half.
It's got to start on the defensive end, if anything, for them. And defense typically turns to offense if you can get some stops. So we'll see how that plays out here for them here in the second half.
You see Dresscourt Wiesler with 3 blocks already in that first half. Ace Lord has 7 in his first game in March Madness. But yeah, that interior defense is something to look at for Florida State, as they are a very underrated team. They have some underwhelming losses on the season, but as a whole, this Florida State team, when they play at their full potential, they can beat anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are definitely very well balanced, built properly. No real one guy that has to be the star every in a game. Like, we see them diversify between the teams. Some games it's Wiesler, some days it's Dobbins or Stovins or Chili or Avery. Like, they've gotten performances from so many different players throughout the season. As Ace Lord gets fouled going to the line here for 2, but
yeah, for sure, definitely. Even in Florida State, just more specifically speaking about March Madness, Gunderson and Stovins both were double-digit scorers in that game, and then Dobbins and Ford, another pair in double figures in the next game. So, like you said, this is a very well-balanced team. The only outlier is Stephen Tilley has been the consistent go-to guy, very efficient. Throughout March Madness, coming into this game, he is shooting 14 for 20, which is those are numbers you see from a big man, not a point guard. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be balling out like that, as well as going 4 for 5 for 3 through March Madness, he's on fire from downtown. So this team, Florida State team, caught a spark at the right time, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they have looked good here tonight as well, as they are now up by 8. Is that 21 actually?
Yeah. Gunderson, he was a double-digit scorer in that first game, March Madness. Second game, just subpar 10 points.
Big 3-pointer there for Kansas to see if that can't propel a little momentum their way. As Florida State, again, looking to make their first trip to the Final Four. Actually, I don't even remember in the early seasons when they were here. I don't think they made it to the Final Four, right?
Yeah, they did. They made it. Yeah, they made it to the Final Four.
They did. Okay, I was trying to remember back. Oh, right, that
season
no,
with Gustafson and before they became Miami.
That's right, Bernard Gustafson. Yes, that's correct.
Oh wait, well maybe no, they didn't. Miami made it. No, Florida State. I think Florida State made it to the Final Four.
Now I gotta go look it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to look back. They were around season 4.
Season 4. I would say season 4. Season 3 or season 3. So I think Miami came season 4 or 5.
Why is it not?
5 because they won 5. Right?
It's not letting me see it in the bracket. I don't know why.
Yeah, you can't ask me anything. You know what I got in my hand. Shout out to all my Lil Wayne fans out there.
Yeah, it's not letting me look back at it. Season 3, they went 3-2, so I don't know if they made it that far. Timeout. Yeah, it would have been season 3. If it was any season, it would have been season 3. It's just not giving. It's not telling me.
Let's see. And we know the pedigree of Kansas. I mean, but Kansas has been going through an up and down time throughout their tenure here in the CSBA. But I like the trajectory that they're on. You know, getting back to a place where they've been familiar with in early days. You know, all the OGs out there know about how big the Kansas legacy was. You know, winning those championships back in what was it, season 1 and season 2, right?
By the way, Dickie, this is how much I've forgotten already. It was last season that Florida State was in the Final Four. They lost 90-88 to Houston in the Final Four.
Oh wow!
I forgot all about it. I don't know why that run wasn't magical for me, but I mean, they could be the way this game's going right now. They could be back-to-back Final Fours, which would be impressive for Larry,
yeah.
You know, and Firebird and.
Definitely.
He gets a lot of slack for.
Yeah, because he does catch a lot of crow.
But that says a lot about your program if you can go back-to-back seasons and get to a Final Four.
Yeah, that definitely puts you in elite company. I mean, that's hard to do, to be consistently making it deep in March Madness. You know, back-to-back years.
I mean, you can't even say like Florida State has had like a crazy season. They are 7-5 on the season. I mean, but yet you play.
Yeah, that's what I said. They had some.
Sorry, again.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay again.
No, I was gonna say that's what I said. They had some underwhelming losses early during the season. You know, a lot of questions around this team, but they seem. It kind of gives me, old Michigan vibes, where Michigan will lose those games, but then come March Madness, they get their stuff together. But I do commend Firebird, the dedication and the can't think of the word, but he doesn't get discouraged. Through the challenges, as Florida State. It's been looking good, like you said, the last 2 seasons. Like that's very tough to be consistent year in and year out.
Dobbins says they just wait to play when March Madness starts.
Best way to do it.
It's gonna be hard, though. I will say this: is Florida State after this season is gonna switch to Ohio, which, if you go to the Final Four, I almost feel like you can't change.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be tough.
They do have 3 seniors on this team, so
yeah, they are gonna go through a little bit of a change. Like, yeah, they do have some older pieces on this team, but but for Kansas, I think their future is bright. I mean, they got a lot of sophomores, a few freshmen.
Yeah, they have 1 junior. And I think
and
I don't know if he's even coming back. So
they have, they may be a team. They just put the pieces together more on a consistent basis. I mean, those 2 games they played, they were very, like you said, they was on a hot streak coming into this one. It's just tonight, just not just been a night out here.
No, the Florida State kind of took control right from the tip.
No pun intended.
Just the tip.
Just the tip, from the tip.
62-46, 16-point lead. See if they feed the ball inside. Walker calling for it. Now going to come set a screen. Kicks it back outside. Walker for 3. Bang! Just like that. 13-point game.
Look at the big man. This Kansas team fighting back. They put together a string of stops. There's a nice block inside.
Yeah, Walker, after hitting the 3, gets the block. Roosevelt offensive rebound. Draws the contact, no call, and Kansas gets to stop again.
Play.
We cut it to 10 here with a 3 ball before the end of the quarter. Maybe
Walker climbing the ladder.
So here comes Kansas, and all that premature talk about a Final Four. This game not over yet.
Not at all. See, that's the beauty of the CSBA. I mean, Florida State is just going ice cold.
Yeah, not a good time.
In this third quarter.
Walker for 3, bang!
Oh my, the freshman averaging under 8 points on the season.
And anybody who tuned out, you might want to tell your friends to tune back in. It is an 8-point game.
And I said it at half. Kansas has to have that confidence. They got to come out of here in the second half with confidence. And Walker, off the bench, has been showing some confidence.
Avery contested 2, no good, and that's the way we're going to end the third. To your point, Kansas getting some contributions from a few different players here down the stretch, playing like the Kansas of old, and it's an 8-point game headed to the fourth. Get those 4s up and stream chat. Watch the CSB on Twitch, right? Take a look at the State Farm assist to the game. C. Not that impressive.
Good fundamentals. You know, should have had 2 hands on that pass. But that was it. They're fine. Good read.
Could this be an epic comeback? They were down over, I think, 24 points at one point.
Yeah. It was a substantial margin.
Shaq in a fool uses his size, cuts it to 6.
Not how you want to start the fourth quarter if you're Florida State. I mean, this is they're gonna have to get back to basics. Get to their man right there.
Wiesler for 3, bang! He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, 20% from beyond the arc, but he hits that one. And that's a momentum killer though for Kansas.
Yeah, they definitely put a stun there, girl. As they are looking to capitalize.
Walker can't get that one. Cha-ching for 3, no good. Richburg up with a rebound. He looks to push. And a strip. Stovins. He's got Wiesler ahead. See if he gets it to him. He does. And Wiesler for 2.
And they got Florida State. I don't know what Coach Firebird told them at the quarter break, but they came out here with a different mindset in the fourth.
I think he threw a chair across the court at one point. It's unacceptable. Wiesler.
Got it.
Back to 13 we go. He's got 21 in this game. He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's been on since the start of the game. He's been like the hot sign at Krispy Kreme. He's always on.
I haven't had a good hot Krispy Kreme in a while, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
When you see that hot sign, man, there's no better joy.
They melt in your mouth too. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
When they're hot, so good.
Facts. I eat like 6 of them joints.
Yeah.
I eat 3 off rip.
Shaq and a fool fadeaway jumper is good. No, I agree. They get 8 gazillion calories in them though too. But they are so good.
Yeah.
Stovins drive blocked by a fool.
And the fool's he's that staple down low in the middle for them.
Seth Starr for 2. 7
shot from the freshman. You know, he's got to have that confidence. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. They just got to get them up.
Wiesla, baseline jumper. Wiesla's been so hot. Misses there, though. Nice pass to Shaq to the fool.
The big man run the flow. Like I said, this Kansas team is young. They have a lot of growth.
Wiesla, though, left wide open. Throws that one down. Star now down low to fool. Wiesla on him. Spin move, Wiesla, but the block. Huge defensive play.
And Wiesla, you can't get much by him inside.
Oh, good find to find Roosevelt. Back to 9 we go.
Just when Kansas builds the momentum, Florida State strikes right back.
It's like they're chasing him around. Nice play by Shaq to the fool. They're chasing him around with a little pin to pop the balloon.
And back in the fool, really getting it done. You know, he's normally known for his goodness.
Teddy Roosevelt from downtown, bang.
Just as you want to talk about one guy, you know, that's just been back and forth scoring.
Gotta give Kansas a lot of credit here, though, for this battle. Wiesla!
Yeah, Wiesla having a night tonight, you know, on the biggest stage. That's what you want out of your veteran senior leader. You know what I'm saying? You want him to come out here and ball.
Tough miss there from Bradley Charles as that one was halfway down before popping out. Wiesla baseline jumper, can't get it to go. Roosevelt offensive rebound, can't get the putback to go. Richard, 2:53 to go, 12-point game. Pretty big possessions here for Kansas. And Shaq to the fool. Should have dunked it, gets his own rebound and puts it in.
That's there in the mid. I think he's going to have a double-double by the time this is done.
Timeout on the court. 10-point game, 2:36 to go. Still plenty of time in this one, but Kansas is going to need to put their foot on the gas pedal here down the stretch if they want to pull out the W. Again, they trailed to 20, I think, at one point. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's Draskor Wiesla, much well-deserved player of the game. He has been that X factor for Florida State, you know, doing everything tonight, getting buckets, getting rebounds, you know, playing defense and setting up his teammates. You know what I'm saying? As you see a nice assist there. He has really, really showed out here in his senior campaign in March Madness.
Yeah, he's played well. He's definitely played well. All right, Florida State with the ball up 10.
You know, aside from that first game, he didn't have a really good game against Gonzaga. He was kind of middle of the pack, didn't score, you know, double digits, but tonight.
Good job there defensively from Kansas. That was guy building a house from out there with all that brick.
Yeah. Gunderson's shots been hard to find from deep. Not a lot of opportunities in previous games. Oh, and a bad pass.
I actually thought that went off of Florida State. That looked like a hit.
Six is still in. There's a strike two.
Yeah, I think it was deflected, but it looked like it went out on Florida State. But they're not going to look at it. So Seminoles going to retain possession. Big possession here for the Jayhawks. Cross-court pass to Stovins. A little dangerous through a crowd of people.
Yeah, I thought they had Wiesla wide open. Didn't get it to him.
Stovins with the dagger three. Bang. And that could put Kansas out here. We'll see with 1:39 to go. That could be the dagger, though.
Huge shot.
No quit in Kansas, though. 13 for Lord. Trailing by 11. Need a stop and a quick three. Chile inside. Hands it to Visa with the poster, and that's it. Good night. Counted in one, and Florida State 117 away from another back-to-back Final Four appearance.
He's the hey. Why don't you?
You just cut out everything you said, but don't you?
I said, just exclamation point on the night for Draftsport Vizsla. Have a day. Why don't you?
He has definitely had a day. 14-point game. This one pretty much in the books. Gunderson not able to get it to go. Reball is good. Here, this is for everybody in the stream right now. There you go, just for the FSU folk.
Very good game from Vizsla.
Listen, got to give Kansas a lot of props. They actually fought back in this game. They were down over 20. I think it was like 24 at one point. I know there's some disparity from a few people, but down 24, cuts it to, I think they had it down as low as 6. So
yeah, they definitely fought hard. And I keep attesting to it. Kansas is going to be. They are a very talented team. They are gonna be a team to watch next season for sure. As they're young, we'll see how many guys stay there and continue to build. But they got a talented player in Nick Ford, as well as Benedict for them. He's been talented as well.
Congratulations, back-to-back Final Fours for Florida State. Good job by Kansas there to come back. It was down over 20. They had it down to 6 and then just kind of fell up short. Used up all their energy late, and a couple big threes by Florida State kind of put the dagger in this Jayhawk team. But it was a good game overall. Can't shake your head at them. Obviously would have liked to have that first half back. If they could, down 21 was the biggest lead. So I was saying 24, but it was 21. So anything to jump off the page here for you?
Like I said, rebounds, +5 advantage on the boards. It may be small, but those small things matter, and it changes the momentum of the game. Another thing I would say, even though that there's that differential in rebounds, Kansas won the second chance points, which is interesting to see. But these teams were pretty, the points off turnovers as well. They just, these two teams, it was a very, close game, and Kansas, after being down by that much, by almost about 21. Coming back within striking range, it was a good game for them. Good hard fought game for them.
One other observation that I have, if you think about it, the team shoots 54%. They only shot 14 threes in this game. Did Florida State? Obviously, when you look at points in the paint, you got a lot of points. 56 of your 89 points came in high percentage areas. So you didn't shoot a lot of threes in this game, and majority of the points came in the paint and were, for the most part, 2-pointers. So, that's obviously, you look at a lot of today's games, a lot of teams, they love to shoot the ball from the outside. Florida State really pushed the ball into the interior, so it was a good job by them. On the losing side, Shackton a full 17 and a 9 assist, a block just shy of a double, 8 of 13. Ace Lord finishing with 15, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks, 6 of 8. Dallas Walker 10 points, just shy of a double-double as well. 7 boards, assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, doing a lot of things was Dallas Walker. Xavier Cookie, 7 points, a rebound, 3 assists. He did it for the Cookie. Unfortunately, the Cookie had 3 turnovers. Benedict, 7 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 of 7. 1 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Clyde McNasty's points only came from beyond the arc. 6 points, did have 3 assists and a rebound. Seth Starr, 5 points, assists, a steal. 2 of 7. Would have liked to be a little bit more efficient. 1 of 5 from downtown. Micro Richard, 4 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 of 3. Very quiet night from him. Bradley Charles, 4 points, 4 assists, a steal, 2 of 6. Also a quiet night from Charles. And Kendrick Lamar, the second, 3 rebounds, assists, and a block. Take us to Florida State.
Leading them all, Draskort Wiesla, a 30-piece lemon pepper special with a 10-piece or 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 blocks,
Wow.
and a steal.
That's
13 to 15. That's efficient.
That's a freaking monster game, and the 4 assists and 5 blocks to go along with a double is just that's talk about stuff in the stat sheet. 40 PRF. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Good game from him. Gunderson Tier Gunderson with 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Stephen Chile, 11 points, 3 assists, 1 steal. Theodore Roosevelt, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. RJ Avery, 8 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, and a block. Juju Stovins, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Ryan Dobbins, 4 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal. Courtney Palmer, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Jack Ford, 4 points, 1 assist as well. Tating, nope. It was over from the field, but he did collect a rebound and 2 assists to round them out.
All right, that's going to knock us off for game number 3. So 3 teams in the Final Four. Kentucky, Duke, Florida State. Who will be the 4th? Arizona State and Arkansas coming up next. DK, I believe you're back in the booth again, correct?
Yes, sir. Double decker.
All right, we'll be right back with that one. You're watching CSB on Twitch.